episode 118 of the Corner of Knit and Tea. It is Monday, January 2nd, 2017. I'm Laura, also known as Fluffy K on Ravelry, Fluffy Kira on Twitter and Instagram. I blog over at thecornerofknitandtea.com, and that's where this episode and every episode show notes will be. I have an Etsy shop called The Corner of Knit and Tea, and we also have a Ravelry group called The Corner of Knit and Tea. If you haven't come and joined us, please do. How are you? Happy New Year. I hope that you have had a wonderful end to the year with your family and friends, and that you are happy and healthy and looking forward to 2017. I have had a pretty good time. This week I worked a little bit, but we also had some fun. On Tuesday we went and saw Rogue One, which we really liked. That's the new Star Wars movie. And actually yesterday we went to see Assassin's Creed. We took my nephew, and that was pretty good too. So lots of movies, and you'll see some knitting that I got done at some of the movies. We've had family here again this weekend, and sort of ready to get back to normal now. I go back to work tomorrow on the 3rd and work a short week, which I'm sure will be lovely because getting back into the swing of things in the new year will be a little bit hard after some vacation time. I hope that you have enjoyed your time off and have found some time to be crafty. I have a few things to show you this week, not as much as I would like, but we'll just go with it. Today's tea is from Tea Pigs. It is apple and cinnamon, and what I really like about their teas is that they don't have a lot of additives to them. This is apple, cinnamon, apple pomace, and roasted chicory root, sweet blackberry leaves. So, and they actually put the percentages, like apple is 38%, cinnamon is 25%, apple pomace is 20%. So that is Tea Pigs, and that's at teapigs.com, and I really like their teas. And I am drinking it today in my mug. This is one of my favorite mugs. I won't say it out loud so we don't get censored, but it is one of my favorite mugs. And that is delicious. I actually hadn't had that one before, but I like some of their others very much, and this one is great. So as you can tell, we're not in our normal spot. My nephew is still in my craft room, so we are in my bedroom, so welcome to my bedroom. It feels a little weird to say that. Next week I will be back in my craft room, and I will have to make some adjustments, I'm sure, for the camera, which is of course very wide angle, but I am enjoying it, and I really liked the increase in both video and sound quality last time, and a few of you mentioned that to me, that you noticed that and enjoyed it. So I hope that it will be similar this time. So let's do first things first. Let's talk about the bulk of my knitting this week, and also a little bit of an announcement. Last week I showed you my new pattern, Snug as a Mug, with the tumblers from Starbucks. As I said last week, shortly after I released the pattern, I realized that Starbucks is not bringing those tumblers back. They were out of stock, and I thought maybe they'd be bringing them back, but Starbucks has actually made the entire page that my link went to disappear. I believe Starbucks does these special edition tumblers every year, and so the 2016 ones are gone, and I'm not sure when they'll do the 2017 ones. I will definitely be keeping an eye on it, and letting you know next year when they surface, or I guess it's this year because it is 2017 now. My assumption is probably sometime in the fall. So I went looking for a replacement. I ordered a couple things from Amazon, and my favorite mug that I got was the Mio. It's called M-I-Y-O, and it's for make it your own, and it is a 16-ounce tumbler as well. So just holding them, oops, I have one that matches. Let me see. Here we go. Holding them side by side. The Starbucks tumbler, as you can see, is a little bit taller and thinner, and the Mio tumbler is a little bit shorter and wider. Also, they come apart slightly differently. As I showed you last week with the Starbucks tumbler, you just twist and pull the plastic part off. You can slide your your cozy on over the metal, the stainless steel tumbler, and then you can put your plastic back on and you are good to go. The Mio tumbler comes apart in a few other pieces. It actually has a bottom that screws off, and then the plastic sleeve comes off entirely, so you are left with 3 parts. Because the Mio has a screw-on bottom, it also needs to have a hole in the cozy. So I have adjusted the cozy for the wider circumference, the shorter length, and also the hole on the bottom. That is an update to the pattern that will go probably this afternoon when I finish taking pictures to everyone who has already purchased the pattern. If you have not purchased the pattern, it will now be in there. There is a link to where you can get the Mio tumbler. It will be on the pattern page and then also in the pattern itself, but it will be on the pattern page so you can get to it before you actually purchase the pattern. I will not be doing these for the shop, only because I don't think I'm gonna do a bunch more. I've knit a bunch more cozies in the Starbucks tumblers. I have 5 that will be going up in the shop later today, and I will show you 4 of those now. I'm still working on the 5th, and I just brought these 2, like I said, for comparison. There are photos of these in the pattern as well, and the Mio tumbler is $10.99 on Amazon, so it is a little bit less expensive. The Starbucks tumbler was $18.99. And also, the Mio tumbler has a couple different colors for the lids and the bases. So that is sort of the news. I will show you this one. I already showed you this one sort of, but this one is a green and purple striped tumbler cozy, and it is from Quixotic Fibers, and it is called Sowerby, and that one will be going in the shop today. I also have, this one is a Bugga, and it is purple spotted swallowtail. It is kind of a variegated with purple, pink, and green, and there will be better pictures in the shop. Those are going up. What else do I have? I knit this one, which is out of Spun Right Round, and it is in graffiti. It is a white base with some rainbow speckles, and that's kind of fun. And let's see what else I have for you. There is one more in here, and this is the Yarn Geek Super Geek. This is the leftovers from the hat that I knit my niece, and it is in Boxcar Gallery, which is the pink and rainbow and black and all kinds of fun colors. So those will be going up in the shop probably this afternoon. Those are the last Starbucks tumblers that I have for sale, so that will be the last batch of those. I may do more next year when they come back. We'll just have to see what I can get my hands on, but for now the Mio is a pretty good substitute. Again, that's M-I-Y-O, make it your own. It's a 16-ounce tumbler, and there will be a link in the pattern notes. I will publish an update on my blog. There will be a link on the pattern page. So if you are interested in one of these, definitely give it a try. Okay, enough self-promotion. Let's talk about what else I've been knitting this week. I did spend some time working on my Christmas Eve cast-on socks. Not a ton, because I was still knitting cozies. This is Jinx Yarns. It is her sport weight, and it is in the colorway Gingerbread House. And as you can see, I now have a couple repeats of the stripes. It's the brown, the white, and then the kind of flecked stripe. And then I also have pink for the cuff and the heel. And now I am working on the foot. I hope to finish this sock this week and get the next one started now that I am done knitting tumbler cozies. I was averaging a cozy to a cozy and a half a day while I was working on prototyping, because there are some others that you still haven't seen. So that's what I have been working on. So this one is kind of about a quarter of the way done of the pair. So I will be working on those this coming week. Hoping to finish these fairly quickly because I want to knit the Valentine's Day socks for Roxy and Miles. I do have one final tumbler cozy in production. This is what I will be knitting today. I have the very cuff on the top done, but I will show you the yarn. This is a skein from they just went out of business. A skein from 2F by Hand. Sorry, 2F by Hand. This is Preppy Redo, and it's got oranges and browns and pinks and blues. And let me get this a little close up to the camera so you can see what it looks like. It is very pretty. It will be a fun kind of variegated stripy one, and that will be my final cozy, I think, although I do still need to knit one for myself, so there's that. So that is another project that I have been working on this week, and we'll work on this today. The other project that has seen a significant amount of progress is my Sowerby shawl. That is by Annika Baranti, and that is a garter wrap, and I have been taking this with me to the movies because there is no counting, and it is just garter stitch. And I have been knitting, and I am up to 32 inches. I need to be at 48, so I have made some progress. It kind of smells like popcorn because it was in the movies with me, which makes me laugh. It is for me, so it's not a big deal if it smells a little bit like popcorn, and I will wash it. This is with my hand spun that I spun during Spinzilla. It is a kind of burgundy. It's looking kind of black, but you can kind of see on the edges it is a burgundy. It kind of stripes subtly, probably because the skeins were sort of semi-solid. And that is 32 inches. I think last time I had 18, so I've made very good progress. And my plan is to continue working away at this one. You knit a wide rectangle, and then you pick up and do some short row shaping for the rest of the shawl. It ends up kind of a crescent shape. I think I widened my rectangle by just a little bit, but I am really, really enjoying it. And this is still, they were 8-ounce skeins. This is still the first skein. I will finish this and probably just put a little bit of the second skein on the rectangle, and then I will start working on the short row shaping. But so I am very pleased with that, and that will also see some work in the coming weeks. That is pretty much it for the knits. I know I had said that I wanted to start the socks for Miles and Roxy and maybe a sweater for myself, but I have been trying to get the cozy pattern updated and to get those up in the shop, so that was kind of this week's work. Next week I should have more interesting things to show you. So that brings me to spinning. I have been spinning on the Corriedale Cross. That is for the Hap shawl that I was working on, and I spun another 6 ounces of singles, so I'm up to 8 ounces of singles. I still have 4 more to spin. And so I plan to do those probably in the coming weeks a little bit, although I do want to get some stuff back in the shop. I have been spinning that on my mini spinner. I need to put away the Christmas tree this week as soon as our guests go home. Normally I do take it down on January 1st, but I just didn't get around to it, although I probably could. Most of them have gone out right now to fly mini drones and whatnot around my husband's office, which is a super big building that's abandoned on the weekends. So maybe I will take Christmas down today, and then I can bring my spinning wheel back out and start my next spin. I went ahead and picked something, and I realized after I picked it that it doesn't really fall in line with my stash down this year with Woolly Wonka Fiber Arts, Woolly Wonka Fibers. That is the group that I have decided to work on spinning down my stash. The reason I say that it doesn't really spin my stash down is because it is a braid that I bought in the last Hello Yarn update, which was just a couple weeks ago. So it has not been in the stash very long, but I guess it still counts because it was purchased in 2016 and I started 2017 with it in my stash. But I think I'm going to try and dig a little bit deeper for the next braid that I spin. This is a braid of Hello Yarn. It is merino and it is in the Nimble colorway. It has pinks and purples and blues. It has some turquoise and then also some like navy and some browns, and that is going to be a beautiful spin. And as soon as I set my spinning wheel up, which may be later today or tomorrow, I am going to dig into that one, and this one will be for the shop. So that is pretty much what I have been up to. I hope that you have had a crafty time off. I have 2 more announcements. The first is that I drew prizes for the Christmas knit along, or the Christmas gift craft along this morning. We had 126 entries, or 127 entries into that contest, and that was people who knit things for other people in November and December as gifts. And I went ahead and ran the random number generator, and the winners are Mama C. You won a skein of my hand spun. So as I said in the thread, please go to my Etsy shop, pick a skein of your choice, and send me your particulars, your name and address, and I will get that out to you. I don't know whether it's pronounced La Jolla Girl or La Joya Girl. You won one of my tumblers. That is another one that I was knitting this week, and let me pull that one out. This is in Spun Right Round Distorted. It's kind of a lavender, and then it's got a bunch of neon and rainbow speckles in it. So you have won this tumbler and mug cozy. So please send me your real name and address. You can PM me on Ravelry, and I will get that out to you this week. And then I also said that there would be 2 pattern winners, Knit and Stitch Bits and El Mikal. You won patterns. You can select a pattern or patterns up to $10 in value, and please just PM me and I will get those out to you. So congratulations to the winners, and thank you all for participating. That's one of my favorite knit-alongs, just because it's something that we're all doing anyway, so why not have a chance to win prizes for it? The second announcement is that I will be opening the Selfish Craft Along thread this afternoon, and if you are working on something for yourself between January 1st and January 31st, that is eligible to be entered into the thread, and there will be prizes for that one as well, although I have not decided what those will be yet. But they will be on par with other prizes that I give, so it will either be hand spun or yarn or patterns, so it will be something fun. My final announcement is, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, I am doing a giveaway for some tea. I have a drawer at work that is full of tea samples of things that I have ordered and sampled, and I am going to fill, if it's in the USA priority mailbox, if it's overseas, I don't know exactly which box I'll use, but I'm going to fill a box with tea samples. If you find the post where it is a photo of my tea drawer at work, all you need to do is leave a comment on that post with a vague preference for tea. I think I said like black, decaf, herbal. If you just let me know if there's something that you prefer or something that you can't drink, that would be useful. That's how you enter into that contest. And when I get back to work tomorrow, I will run a random number generator on all of those comments and send someone a box of tea. And that's a pretty good way to help keep my tea stash under control. So I will definitely be using it again in the future. I also have a little tea strainer. I think it's a little monkey tea strainer, that tea ball kind of, and I will put that in with the package. So if you have not drunk loose leaf before or do not have a strainer, that will be there for you. So I think that's about all I have today. I should return to my normal schedule and record next Sunday, which would be January 8th, and there shouldn't be any schedule disruptions for a while longer. So I hope that you have had a wonderful holiday season, had fun crafting and doing all kinds of things, and I wish you a happy and crafty 2017. Until I see you next time, I will say happy knitting, happy spinning, happy sipping, and I'll see you next time. Bye!